Hello, YTPC. This is Steve, and you're watching Smoking Cardboard. It's been a while since I made a video. Tried making this video yesterday, and all the sound was distorted. So I'm not using my little lapel mic. I'm drinking some black tea, no milk, no sugar, just plain old. Life has been really busy. Having 4 kids in 3 different schools makes things very busy, on top of other things that are going on, helping refugee family and other things. But a couple weeks ago, I was able to go to a board game convention called Age of Steam Con. Age of Steam is a particular board game. It's about creating routes and networks through railroads and shipping cubes through yours or other people's railroads to deliver them to cities, which I think is a really fun game. It's a lot of interaction. But what's pretty unique about this game is that each map that you play on makes the game pretty different. There's a lot of different designers that have designed maps for this game, and so they put little tweaks to the rules to make it fun and interesting. So there's over 100 different maps, and at the convention they have like them all, and so you can play anything you want. I ended up playing 13 different games of Age of Steam, and I think only one had I played before. All the rest were new, so it was a lot of fun. There was one day though, Saturday, where I was getting really frustrated because the game can be pretty unforgiving. Bad play by an individual, or really good play by somebody else messing up your stuff, can just kind of sink a whole game, like, especially at a convention like this. A lot of players are pretty good players. I mean, it's centered around just one particular game, so a lot of people play at a very high level. They're very competent, so smaller mistakes end up being, more frustrating than others. But that particular day, I had game after game after game where I did not feel like I was in contention, so I was starting to get really frustrated by the end of the night, and wanted to play a different game, which is oddly seemed a little bit difficult to do. Everyone's so opinionated with what sort of games they like, and they're all there to play one game, so it's a lot easier to get that one game played than any other particular game. But I need to do a little bit better job of not sulking, I guess is a good word for it. When things aren't going my way, I need to just hang out and work through that. Yeah, so did that. But when I was there, I also did a lot of other things. I have some friends that I've made through other board game conventions that were there, and a lot of them did not want to play this game all the time, though they enjoy it also. So we played some disc golf. That seemed to be something that they're really getting into. Went to go eat some Kansas City barbecue, which was really good. And then one of the guys, sorry, interruption. So one of the guys wants to visit all the NFL stadiums. I really like watching football, so I was able to actually go and watch Kansas City Chiefs play, playing the Broncos that week. One of the guys who lives there goes to a lot of the games, so we gotta go tailgate ahead of time, which that was fun. Had to wake up way too early to do that because it's a noon game. But it was a great time. It's we're trying to get tickets as a group, the three of us, because the other guy just always buys tickets. It doesn't have season tickets or anything like that. And the ticket prices just like slowly were creeping up the day before. So they ended up buying 2 tickets because that's a lot easier to get than 3 tickets. And then I got my own ticket. And I'm glad I got it the night before, even though I was contemplating not, because the tickets right before game time, all the way up to game time, just kept going up. I guess just highly anticipated game, I guess. They got up to $1,700 for single tickets. Yeah, so it was crazy. Otherwise, I might not have been going to the game. I would have just gone to the party. But so I'm glad I was able to do that. That was fun. So that was great. Great fun. This last weekend, I went deer hunting. I'm not really big on deer hunting. I've talked about this before. I do it to see family, but it was pretty nice. The weather was pretty tolerable. 40 for a high, 45 for a high, to 30 for a low. Saw some deer on Saturday. I kind of just hunt a day and a half. Saturday, which opening day, and then Sunday morning. Deer hunting in Wisconsin's always the week of Thanksgiving, so it was really late this year. So I kind of lucked out with the good weather. But I ended up shooting a small doe and shooting a medium-sized buck, which I was going to shoot 2 other doe. One, when I first shot the first doe, I was going to shoot another one, but when I have a bolt action rifle, apparently it didn't catch the next bullet and put it in the chamber, so I went to shoot and just went click. And then the other time, the deer was so close to my stand, and I have kind of these plexiglass windows that I put in it. I should have just had them up. It's not that cold, but at the same time, I just had them down, join a warm heater, that I couldn't get those windows up without that deer hearing and running away. So, because he kind of came from behind me, I didn't see him, her, whatever. But that's all right. I was mostly hunting to help control the deer population, though my cousin was kind enough to help me butcher the deer on Sunday, because otherwise I would have had to do that myself, and it's a decent amount of work. And we were able to do that, and I was able to get home, watch some of the Packers game. But kind of decided to just use all the deer meat from the 2 deer to supplement our cat food. I don't think anyone in my family really cares for the deer meat very much, and we have a bunch of still like deer meat products from past year, so I think that's what we're gonna do. So that'll be good for the cat, and he'll really like it, so lucky him. It was free. Well, I guess I had to pay $25 for a license, but still. Anywho, other things that have been going on. I guess update on mouth health. Part of the reason why I'm not smoking pipes anymore. Just continuing to very, 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 very slowly see my mouth whole situation just get better. So that's cool. I really don't foresee myself smoking pipes again. Maybe like once or twice a year, but my guess is I might do it that once or twice, and I would come away saying it's not worth it, sort of thing. Just having strong reaction to the stuff. So we'll see. I put away some of my pipe stuff, and I don't really like to think about the situation which I'm in, where I have all this. I have this hobby I loved that I can't do anymore, let alone having this hobby that I'm pretty much invested in through pipes and tobacco that I can't use anymore. So I just keep kicking that can down the road. Not really sure what to do with all the stuff that I have that I cannot use. I have no idea what's going to happen with that, but at some point maybe I'll figure it out. Yeah, just kind of good that things are improving. Sad that it's taking so long. Makes sense because I was having issues, but try not to think about it too much. Keep watching other people's channels still a bit. Not as much as I was in the YTBC. I comment less, comment some still, but obviously hearing people talk about pipes or tobacco are a little bit less interesting when you can't smoke anything. But nonetheless, I have tried so many very different tobaccos, and I do understand what people are saying when they talk about these and everything, so it's still somewhat relevant. But yeah, other things, stuff that's been on my mind lately. Yeah, we've been getting into a new groove with our church. We have a new pastor since really September. So that's been a bit more involved with a number of different ways that I'm involved with our church, and it's been neat to just see kind of response overall with the church to a new pastor and things that they're doing. So that's exciting. He's been doing a new sermon series on Ephesians, and one of the things that he was talking about that kind of made me think. It felt like as a Christian I should know some of these stuff better than I do, but hey, whatever. But we were talking about spiritual gifts, and I think when I looked to other people, I could tell some people's spiritual giftedness. The Bible talks a lot about spiritual gifts, and it's important that we recognize them and utilize them for the benefit of others. And so it's kind of interesting that, like myself, reflecting, it was sometimes hard to identify spiritual gifts. And sometimes I think with our discussion about spiritual gifts, it was a little bit interesting too, because there was a little bit of trying to differentiate between things that you're just naturally skilled in versus what a spiritual gift was. Regardless, I'm not going to go down any of that road because I don't think I'm very qualified or have all the thoughts figured out. But one of the things was that I thought was interesting. It kind of goes back to when I was a child, and I would ask my parents what was my spiritual gift, like in high school, different stuff. And I remember my parents, who were pretty wise people, said that I was good at discerning others or things. And so, I can reflect on that today and say, oh, yeah, that's probably accurate. Like that's a spiritual gift that I have. But I also saw it as something where it's not really helpful to dwell on that, because I feel like there's a tendency sometimes to say, oh, I'm good at this thing, so now you need to let me do this thing. Or in this instance, if I'm good at discerning things, then you need to listen to me. And I don't think that is a healthy approach. So I don't really want to focus on that. But it was kind of interesting how there's a lot of different areas in my life in which I am been serving more and more, and different things that I do just in general related to my beliefs and my relationship with God and Christ. Yet some might see that as me being that's my calling, sort of thing, where to me it was more kind of like this whole discerning thing of being like, no, these are needs that which exist and other people aren't matching the need. Like the need is greater than the people willing to serve and meet the need. And so it was kind of interesting to evaluate that amongst the different ways that I served, to be like, no, I'd be totally cool not serving in any of these capacities. I don't really see myself as really passionate and excited to do some of these different things. I kind of are doing them out of seeing that this is a thing that needs done, and being willing to do them. And so, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of an interesting revelation about myself. And some of it is to looking to ways which I am definitely drawn to. That's the sort of thing that I love and would want to be a part of, so that I can kind of, where possible, work out of some volunteer things that I'm just doing because there's need, and maybe move into areas where I'm more genuinely, filled by in those serving capacities. So regardless, trying to continually do a better job of serving in the capacities that I do serve. And that's been good growing in the last, I'd say 2 years. It's really been building on itself, and it's beneficial. Other things, I made a list because my memory is so bad. I've been watching some TV shows. The Rings of Power. It was fun. We just finished that up. It's the Lord of Rings prequel TV series. I think the first season was a little weird ramping up into it. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. It was kind of a lot of character development to characters you didn't really know. And the second season puts a lot of those pieces together. It's very good. Also been watching The Penguin, and that was a very good first season, very interesting. Looking forward to watching what is it, Dune, is it The Prophecy or something, that TV series for that. There's a lot of TV series that I want to watch. I think there's Shogun, there is There's going to be Ardor, I think, Ardor coming out next this winter, spring. And then there's the other series like the Band of Brothers in the Pacific. I think it's called the RAF, the Royal Air Force or whatever. So it's kind of a series going through World War II, planes perspective from the people there. Very interesting. But life's busy, so that's kind of one of the ways that my wife and I connect and kind of like relax. So that's good. That's fun. We also have Thanksgiving coming up. I hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. Pretty chill for me, except for I have son's birthday on Friday, a daughter's birthday on Saturday, and then following Saturday I have another birthday, and then you have Christmas. Oh my goodness. So this time of year is getting crazy. Work has been really quite busy, especially over the last 6 months. I feel like maybe it's starting to ramp down a little bit, but it's been pretty stressful. So that's kind of something that's been more, but things are going well there. I guess we're having end-year reviews, so that always is less fun at times, especially when you're in some form of management, trying to continue to improve as a team lead, do a better job of communicating my ideas without making people afraid to voice their own opinions, or just being hurt by the things that I'm saying. I don't want to get too frustrated. And yeah, I don't know, that's good enough. It's a long update, but I haven't made a video in a really long time. If you watched all of this video, you get a gold star. You get to add it to all your other gold stars. No, I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you, all my friends. I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and that you can be super prepared for Christmas, because guess what? That's really close by. And I hope that you're all well. We'll talk to you later.